Very good morning and warm welcome to Putra World Trade Center in Kuala Lumpur, a place where we assembled about a decade before in the month of October when we hosted MAP Asia conference, which was the former name of this conference. It's a pleasure to stand before this August gathering after 10 years. And the industry has evolved, moved, grown in multifaceted way and in multi-dimensional way. And I'd like to talk to you guys today morning a little bit about the industry outlook and what we have been doing and what all this event is about. First of all, I would like to welcome the guest of honor today, YB Dato Dr. James Davos Mamit, Deputy Minister, Natural Resources and Environment, Government of Malaysia, and Honorable Do Te Ho, Deputy Minister of Land and Housing, Government of South Korea. Well, we as an organization, Geospatial Media and Communications is a catalyst organization pursuing business objectives towards promotion and facilitation of growth of geospatial industry through creating awareness, policy advocacy, business development, and by connecting stakeholders and communities. That's the kind of motto which Geospatial Media and Communications has. And we address and advocate common concerns of the industry at national, regional, and global levels, and facilitate cooperation and coordination between and amongst those stakeholders of this industry. So basically, what is our character and scope? We work towards awareness and outreach, policy advocacy and capacity development, networking and collaboration, research and documentation. We have been undertaking a lot of research and documentation in the last few years. Industry analytics and engagement, and business development and direction. So these are the characteristics of this organization. In a way, we try to have a comprehensive look with focused approach. We have serious and strategic engagements and partnership with geospatial agencies around the world. We have a strategic industry partners who have been investing in our vision and our mission, helping us to fund those resources, and with a larger objective of developing this industry as a whole. We are working very closely with the institutional partners, institutions around the world, and so as the policy making agencies. User communities are a very important component of our community, and a lot number of people who have participated in these conferences are from the user communities. Small and medium enterprises, very important stakeholders of this industry, where localization and connectivity with the users are concerned. These are the companies who take us to those users as well as the local communities. So we facilitate a collective approach. We have offices we are based in India, which is our headquarters, but apart from that, we have our office in Malaysia, Holland, UAE, South Africa, Brazil, and So what do? We connect about 10,000 stakeholders every year, which means that about 10,000 people attend our conferences every year. Around 2,000 people from Europe, about 1,500 from APAC, South Asia, which is about 2,000, Middle East about 1,000, Latin America about 1,000 people, and Africa about 600 to 800. This is the kind of footprint which we have, and this is the kind of community which is directly connected with our organization. We have partners with the national governments. Around 25 countries we have worked so far in very close cooperation with those governments, and that's how we advocate and undertake our advocacy program of policy advocacy as well as raising the profile of this industry. We organize about 15 conferences in a year, different parts of the world. You can see those are the dots. That's where we are going to organize our conferences in 2014. And we have about 20,000 circulation of our magazine every month. So let's look at the industry outlook. The technology direction of this industry is getting more and more conversion-oriented and integration-oriented, which means that geospatial technology is no more in isolation. It is not just GIS or GPS or surveying. That's what you saw in the video, that it is the integration of several technologies. It is getting more and more solution-centric. That means that the users are getting more and more, I think, driving force. They are kind of facilitating us to make solutions at the front, and that's where the integration of these technologies are leading us to. Vertical industry orientation, you'll find most of the companies have their focuses towards serving a specific industries, be it mining or land or agriculture or constructions or oil and gas or energy or utilities or telecommunication. So this is how the industries are now organizing themselves so that they can understand those domains better and create those solutions better. Open and interoperable solutions, that's a very key area of development in the last 1 decade, where the technologies have become more and more open and more interoperable. Enterprise-wide implementation. Now the geospatial is running not in a department but all across several departments of those organizations. And web and cloud-based solutions is no more limited to the desktop. It's getting more and more web-oriented and cloud-based oriented, where large enterprise users can make use of these technologies, where their people are sitting around in 100 locations around the world. They can still collect data and share that data together. Commoditization and consumerism. Most of you have maps in your hand phones. And that's what is about the consumer orientation of this industry. Everybody is aware about maps today as against what it was about 10 years back. So facilitation, this is what has basically brought a lot of reorganization of this industry in last 10 years. So you see a lot of geospatial getting embedded in constructions or building information modeling. Architects are very well aware of this technology today than they were about a decade before. Constructions, the whole workflow of constructions industry has a geospatial applications. Enterprise resource planning, customer relation management, these are very well established solutions, but now geospatial is getting embedded into these solutions very actively. So which means that space and place is becoming as a common thread for these solutions. Engineering and machine control, supply chain and logistics, social networking, and information services. All the information services which you receive on your phone or on the website, you have geo-enabled. But what all this did is basically this provided a lot of mergers and integrations. I'm just trying to touch upon these aspects because that's very important to understand the way this industry is moving forward. So all these solutions have basically forced the companies to merge and integrate. Acquisitions which have been there for enabling the workflow, you look at the hexagon, how many companies they bought over, but they were not intending to buy those companies, but they were intending to buy those technologies so that they can create a very seamless workflow. And so as Trimble or Bentley or Autodesk, these are just some of the examples, but other companies are doing that as well. But the idea which I wanted to put forward was that these are acquisitions for the seamless workflow, right from data management to data processing to data analytics, industry solutions, and data modeling. So that these technologies can work very closely with each other and create a solution. But there have been certain acquisitions which is for market consolidation, then certain acquisitions which has been for the competitive advantage. This is very key. The mainstream IT companies, almost every IT company have bought a geospatial company in last 5 years. Why they have bought these companies? Because they wanted to have that competitive advantage of serving their particular domains. So, you look at this. Microsoft, they bought quite a few companies, and they have a licensing agreement with Nokia here, which is almost $1.5 billion data company. Google has bought several companies in the geospatial field, and so has Nokia, Amazon, Apple, Facebook. So these are the acquisitions which have taken place with the purpose to enhance the value and competitive advantage of the existing services. It goes on. Look at CSR, which is into wireless and indoor navigation. TomTom, Pitney Bowes, GE, Thomson Reuters. Thomson Reuters is a big media company, but they bought a geospatial company for tax accounting purpose. GE bought a Small World, which is for energy solutions. So I'm sharing these details so that you understand where this industry is moving to and which kind of players are associated with this industry. This industry is no more a very small industry. And that's how it is becoming, in a sense, more and more integrated, and so as our business drivers. Our business drivers are changed. They are not just national mapping, but they are various kind of applications and various kind of technologies like sensors or cloud or internet or things like that. So these are the areas which are influencing this industry now. And that is what is making this industry to be about $100 billion. We estimated that, but I think we are already there. We estimated that by 2015 this will be there, but I believe that we are already about $100 billion industry. About a week before, Chinese government released their analysis, which talked about that the Chinese geospatial industry itself is about $42 billion. If I discount some, even then, this is going to be a big money. So we are already about $100 billion company, I mean to say the industry, which is not a small industry. And let's look at some of the revenues. These are the revenues of around $25 billion revenue of the technology companies I have on my laptop. These are the revenues which are collected from several websites of those companies. So we have those documents to prove that this industry is becoming very big. Next slide I want to touch about how the engineering and construction is becoming a key driver of this industry. Look at the revenue of certain companies. Almost 50% of the revenue of many companies are coming from this sector. So that's kind of direction where this industry is moving to. So we are getting embedded into engineering and infrastructure solutions very strongly, and these figures do demonstrate that. I don't want to promote Trimble, but I just wanted to say that look at their revenue figures, and you'll see that how they are moving and how they are growing. In past 5 years, the company has grown almost 100%. In past five years, when the economy was going bad, but the company has grown about 100%, and the company has increased their business into areas which are very, very modern areas like agriculture or transportation or constructions. So this is just an example I want to share with you, and similarly, Hexagon as well as ESRI are growing in that direction. Let's talk about a bit of Asian geospatial scenario. Asia is largest continent, 30% of the land is in this continent. And it's one of the most populous continent of the world. About 60% of the world is habitating in this continent. But at the same time, this is the fastest growing economic region as well. Almost 5.7% in 2003 as a whole. And largest economies in this region are China, Japan, India, South Korea, and Indonesia. And as per IMF, the world economic parameters, if you look at Asia, which is in the red, is growing at the fastest speed, followed by Latin America, Europe, and US. So this is the kind of growth projections it has. And based on the current trends, Asia will be the largest economic region by 2030. China is going to be one of the largest economies by that time. So this is where we are looking at. This is the place where we are working today. So these are some of the facts which are very well established facts. I just said that we are also into industry analytics. We just been collecting a lot of information about the tenders, and we have been able to collect information about 1,000 tenders which has come into Asia last year. But if you look at these tenders are coming in from, basically these tenders are going into a lot into surveying and mapping, but followed by constructions management. So that's where the direction is. This is just a kind of sample where this business is growing. ASEAN overview, we're coming back to this region, which is Southeast Asia. We have mainly 5-6 countries in this region, and it's going about 5.2% in this year. Supported by vision plans and master plans, we have Malaysian Digital Malaysia program. We have Indonesia, which is Geoinformation Law program of Indonesia. We have Thailand, which is dedicated to space program, and Singapore has a lot of adoption of the technologies. So this is just kind of trends about this region, and this is offering quite a good prospect. But at the same time, we do have a lot of challenges as well as a community, as an industry. Our challenges are that our industry has to prove time and again value proposition and return on investment. Nobody asks about the return on investment on the IT technology or engineering technology, but people ask about return on investment on the GIS technology or geospatial technology. So in last 4 or 5 years, several studies have come forward which has been helping us to do that. Yes, we have a poor taxation policy and lack of special benefits by the government, and that's where we have a job to educate and advocate with the government for improving these policies. And we need to have more and more trained manpower. That's the challenge of the industry. And so as our national geospatial organizations have a lot of challenges, they lack a policy framework, which is a comprehensive policy framework. Mainly you see the cadastre or space or NSDI or national mapping. They're all housed in different departments. And that's where we are not able to have a very comprehensive national view. But some of the countries have already taken advantage of that and they have integrated this. That's where the trend is. And we have century-old institutions because mapping has been associated with defense, and defense as part of the empire and everything was one of the oldest profession. And we have inadequate budgets, and that's where we would request the political leadership to invest more into these industries so that these industries and these organizations can help the whole vision of the government to be more efficient and transparent. And we have limited mandate to serve the government, but I think we need to open up and we need to have engagement to serving the private sector as well, and fresh inflow of qualified professionals. Our users have been talking a lot about economic slowdown. That's where we have a job of educating them that if you use our technologies, you will be actually better managing your programs and projects at less cost. That's the kind of advocacy we have to do. And we are anyway becoming more and more solution oriented. This has been the complaint of the users for long, and we are becoming more and more interoperable standards. So we have been solving these problems as an industry in the last few years. So we have a lot of opportunities as well, because there are a few things which are happening around the world which is making this industry really being recognized. So you have a global geospatial information management initiative of the United Nations which has recognized spatial information as a key enabler. Rio Plus 20 had a big focus on the geospatial value and geospatial information for the development. Large business enterprises are interested in this now. I showed you the figures. And map awareness is increasing as well. And greater political stakeholding. That's why we have been having our participation of the ministerial level, which is helping to increase this. So I think there's a lot of opportunities coming up, and investment is coming up as well. So what we do as a company, as I said, I come back to the first slide, that we as a company are representing these concerns and these opportunities, trying to bring together the stakeholders, trying to facilitate a kind of dialogue and discussions among them so that we can work towards strengthening and growing this market. In Asia, we have been strengthening our presence. We have been linking Geospatial Community of Asia with the national and regional programs, and we have been advocating this for political and public awareness and enhancing usage of relevance of geospatial technology in the economy as a whole. And that's what we've been doing to facilitate the geospatial strategy for regional development and good governance. And that is, in this background, we have this theme of regional response to the global challenges, because the challenges are all global today and they have too much of influence at the local level. Thank you very much, and have a good day.